In this video, we are going to be talking about how to optimize your Instagram bio for photographers in order to help you get more clients and get more bookings. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. I will put a photo of my own Instagram bio here on the screen so you guys can see how I implement this in my own business. But before we go ahead and get started, when we are talking about any type of marketing, such as social media marketing, which is what we're talking about in this video, you really need to understand your ideal client inside and out before we can really do anything else, okay? So if you're someone who has never sat down and figured out who your ideal client is and who you are marketing to, or if it's been a while since you have done an ideal client worksheet, I do recommend doing an ideal client worksheet at least once a year, because especially as we increase our prices, or as we hope to increase our prices, our ideal client is going to change. That person changes pretty frequently. And so if it's been a while, or if you've never done an ideal client worksheet, I have a free ideal client worksheet that you can download in the description below. And that's really gonna help you before we dive into the rest of this video. So in that worksheet, I give you an example of exactly who my ideal client is. So you'll see all of my answers to the questions, and then you'll get to fill it out for yourself. And we'll have a lot of prompts and things for you to think through in order to figure out who your ideal client is, okay? So go ahead and download that and then come back to this video and we will talk through optimizing your Instagram bio. Okay, so when it comes to your ideal client, you're gonna figure out what keywords is that person searching for in order to find their photographer on Instagram, right? Okay, so I am a family and newborn photographer in Greenville, South Carolina. And so that's pretty much one of my biggest keywords, right? Family and newborn photographer in Greenville, South Carolina. Greenville family photographer, Greenville newborn photographer. Those are the types of things that my ideal clients are searching for. So those are my keywords when I am working on my SEO on Google, and they are also my keywords when I am using Instagram as well. So if you are someone who has worked really hard on SEO, then you may already know what your keywords are for your ideal client. So you can go ahead and use those same keywords on Instagram that you would on Google. Or if you've never worked on that, that would be a really good thing to sit down and figure out, because when you figure out those keywords for Instagram, you can also use them to optimize your website for Google. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at my bio here. So again, my keyword is going to be Greenville, South Carolina. Okay, so you do have to worry about, like, you only have a certain amount of characters, right? And so my true keyword might be something like Greenville family photographer, and I used to have that in my Instagram bio as my name on Instagram. So I wanted to have my actual name on here. So I went ahead and put Michelle Poteet, and then I said Greenville, South Carolina, Greenville SC, photographer and videographer. I also do video, and I wanted that keyword to appear as well, as opposed to getting specific for family photography in my actual name. So this is literally my actual name on Instagram is Michelle Poteet, Greenville SC, photographer and videographer. So I would make sure you are including your keywords in your actual name on Instagram if possible. But I've also just found that I like including my real name on there as well, and I would recommend that just for a more personal brand. Okay, and then if you have other keywords, you want to make sure you are including those in the first line of your bio. So you also are gonna, you want it to be really clear, one, where you're located, and two, what you do and who you serve, okay? So if those things should be really obvious from your bio. So since I already have Greenville, South Carolina, photographer and videographer in my name, I didn't feel the need to necessarily put it in the first line of my bio. But if your location is not extremely clear, I would make sure you have it in that first line of your bio. And then you can also like put a location, you can add a location tag on your bio now too. So I would definitely go ahead and add that. You would be so surprised how many photographers' Instagrams I go to and website where I cannot find anywhere where they are located. How do I know if I want to hire you if I don't know where you are located? So make sure your location is extremely clear. You also want to make your photography niche very, very clear. Who do you serve? Okay, so you can see in my first line of my bio, I say family and newborn, photo and video for sentimental mamas. Sentimental mamas, that's my client. That's who I serve, okay? I do family and newborn, photo and video. So make sure you've got your location, you've got who you serve, and what you do, okay? And then your next line is going to be pointing them to your website or your email list. If you watched my other video on social media marketing, you will know that the goal of social media marketing is not to keep people on your Instagram, it is to get them off your Instagram onto your website and or your email list. Okay, so for me, I serve both photographers and clients, right? So I take, photos, family and newborn photos for clients, and I also help photographers. I help photographers grow their businesses. I have a posing course. I've got a newborn photography course, all those things, okay? So I want to get photographers onto my website as well as getting clients onto my website. So that's why I have two next lines there. So it says for photographers, you can download my free posing guide, and it's got an arrow pointing down to where my links are located. And then for mamas, book your fall or Christmas mini session, again pointing down to where my links are located. Okay, when it comes to your links, if you have watched my other videos, you know I am huge on SEO. I know we're talking about social media marketing in this video, but I really only use social media to get people off of my social media onto my website, onto my email list. My website and my email list are how I get a majority of my bookings. So why I'm telling you this is I want to make sure when you are listing your links, you are not using something like Linktree or BioSites by Squarespace, something like that where it's a third-party service to list your links. You want to use your own website to list your links. Now, this is not hard to do. I know it can seem intimidating, but you just create a hidden page on your website where you would then list your links of where you want to send people to, whether that's your forms to get people onto your email list, whether it's your booking page, your portfolio page, your mini sessions page, anything like that. You're going to list those links on a hidden page on your own website. Now, this is important because the more time someone spends on your website, the better it is for your SEO. So we always want to send people to our own websites and not to someone else's website, such as Linktree's website. So anyway, when you are listing your links on Instagram, make sure that this is a link for the links on your own website, not on a third-party website. Okay. Oh, and then one more thing I really want to talk about is your profile photo on Instagram. Your profile photo should be a photo of you, of your face, preferably looking at the camera. I do not want to see your logo. Photographers, we are really a personal brand, a personal business. People are booking us a lot of times for our personalities. If you're a family photographer like me, they want to be able to trust you with their children, with their newborn babies. And one of the ways we can build trust without someone actually meeting us in person is through our face, right? Like people want to feel like they can look into your eyes, and it psychologically helps someone build trust with you. So if you don't have your own face on your website, on your social media pages, it's going to be hard for people to feel like they can trust you enough to book with you. So I want a photo of your face with your eyes looking at the camera, and preferably holding a camera. That's a personal preference. Some people don't believe in that or don't like that. They don't think it's as professional. I think it just really shows like this is what I'm going to look like when I show up to your session, and it's really personal. So I really don't want to see a logo, okay, on your Instagram profile. I want to see a picture of your face looking at the camera. Okay, I hope this was helpful for you guys, and let me know what other questions you have about social media marketing, about marketing in general, about growing a family and newborn photography business. I would love to create content that is actually really helpful for you guys, so if you have any questions for me, go ahead and leave those in the comment section below, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one.